Let's kick it.
Yeah, we at a house, yo, kick it!
Kick it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of American Soccer Quick Kicks. I'm your host, David Wright. Do me a favor real quick. Hit subscribe on the YouTube channel. I've been picking up some new subscribers, and I love to see it. It's really encouraging. I am going to give you the match to watch this weekend. A lot of matches being played tomorrow, week 3 of the MLS season. But before I do that, Champions League, Round 1, League 1 is complete. It was a mixed bag for the 4 U.S. MLS clubs that are in the competition. Austin laid an egg to a historical degree. They played a semi-pro team out of Haiti who had to play their match in the Dominican Republic because there is not a single soccer field in the entire nation of Haiti that meets the minimum standard for FIFA sanctioned matches. So FIFA won't even let them play in Haiti. And this was not even a professional team, basically. It's essentially a semi-pro team. And Austin, who is in the Champions League because they had a great season and they're one of the best in the league, supposedly. And Austin goes down there and loses 3-0 and looked bad and got beaten every aspect of the game. It's the first Haitian club to win a Champions League match in like 80 something years, like in modern history. It's just an incredibly bad look for Austin. Philadelphia and Orlando each played theirs to scoreless matches, and that's actually not bad at all, especially considering that all 4 of these matches for the U.S. clubs were played on the road. And so the return matches, they're all going to have the return matches at their own place. And Philadelphia has got like a 15-match winning streak or something like that at home. So they're going to come in with the score 0-0 and have a chance to win it at home, which is exactly what they want. Orlando gets a scoreless draw against Tigres, on the road against Tigres. Tigres is huge. They're so strong. They're one of the very best clubs in Mexico and having a very strong season right there. And they're in the middle of their season. MLS clubs are just getting started with their season. And Orlando went down there to their place and played them to a scoreless draw. That's huge. That's significant. That's a draw that feels like a win. And then I'm recording this late on Thursday. I'm going to publish it on Friday morning. LA just beat Alajuelense from Costa Rica, 3-0 in Costa Rica. So LA's definitely in the driver's seat for theirs. The reason I said that going into the second match 0-0, or you hear me say things like that, let me explain this to people that might not know. These 2 legs, the way you determine who advances to the second round is you take the aggregate score. You're actually adding together both final scores to come up with the aggregate. Like whoever has the most total goals wins over the course of the 2 matches. They're the ones that advance. Here's the thing that's significant. In case of a tie, an aggregate tie, the first tiebreaker is the number of away goals scored. So away goals are, goals scored on the road, not at home, are weighted for purposes of tiebreaker only. So for LA to score 3 on the road, that pretty much clinches their advancement to the second round. Vancouver is the one I'm not talking about. They were the Canadian club here, and they actually played at their place, but they won 5-0, and it's going to be extremely hard for them to not advance also. Both Philadelphia and Orlando are coming home with the score even 0-0 and have every chance in the world to make it. Austin's got problems. Austin was supposed to be one of the best, and they're still one of the funnest teams to watch. The atmosphere in Austin, the fans in the stadium is fantastic. If you see them on TV, you should check them out. But they had some squad turnover, and their defense is in bad shape, and it's showing. So anyway, with leg 1 out of the way, these clubs are now going to assess what they think their chances are for advancing to the second round. Austin's probably already kind of given up on CCL at this point, but the others all have strong chances. And here's the thing. They're playing league matches on the weekends, and between this week and next week, they're playing this competition during the week. What they have to decide is what players to play. They're going to have to rotate their squad. They can't play their best players in all these matches. And so they have to prioritize. Do they want to try to get maximum points in the regular season when it's still early going and so many teams make the playoffs? Or do you focus on putting your best team on the field for Champions League and trying to win that? I would guess that Austin is going to not worry about Champions League at this point, but I think the other three clubs, well, four, including Vancouver, will. So the thing to look for is how many of their regular starters are they going to play this weekend in league competition, and how much are they going to hold their best players back for CCL? Now, I believe LA pretty much played all their top players, for example, and they're the U.S. club that won their leg one match. Austin, which lost, they had a heavily rotated squad. They didn't put their regular starters on the field for CCL. I guess they thought they could beat the Haitian team in the Dominican Republic with their next tier players down, and didn't work out for them. So anyway, that's going to be something to watch. So leg two is next week. Pull for all of these U.S. clubs. In the history of this competition, MLS had never seen a club win it ever until last year. Finally, the MLS broke through with Seattle winning it. So this is an opportunity to get behind every club in the league that's in this competition, and we'll see how they do. Anyway, as you might be able to tell, I've got CCL fever. It gets me every year. I absolutely love this competition. Of all the secondary competitions, the ones that I talked about in an earlier episode, you can find them, the U.S. Open Cup, the Leagues Cup, all these things. Of all the secondary competitions, this was by far the most important and the most intensely competed. I love CCL. Be sure to check out leg two with me next week. Okay, moving on. Tomorrow, we're going to kick off week 3 of MLS action. There's one game that's coming on that you can watch for free on Apple that I recommend. If you're curious, if I've made you curious at all about this league and you want to check it out, I would suggest that you watch Cincinnati versus Seattle. I've had a couple people ask me questions. Hey, if I want to check out MLS, what are the best teams? What are the best teams in the leagues? Who should I be trying to watch to see who the best teams are? And the answers are simple, and this is not controversial. LAFC, Philadelphia, and Seattle. Next step down from that, I would put Cincinnati in that category. I would put Austin in that category. And also a couple of surprises of early success this season are Miami and St. Louis. St. Louis is a lot of fun to watch right now. I don't know how good they're going to be, over the course of the season, but right now the energy in St. Louis is fantastic. Your top 3 are LA, Philadelphia, and Seattle. And just below them, for me, in terms of excitement and everything, is Cincinnati. Cincinnati and Seattle are playing each other. You can watch it for free. That's the match that I recommend for you. That's going to about wrap it up for this episode. Here we are in the month of March. The United States actually has 2 matches coming up at the end of the month. That roster is going to be announced soon for that camp. And that's the team, that I will spend a little bit more time on getting specifics with players and stuff, because I feel like that's the one team we can all unite behind, is the U.S. team. So I'm looking forward to that March camp. Don't have any information yet. As soon as there's a roster announced, maybe I'll do an episode on that. Also, I have not forgotten my promise to do a video on the offside rule and a little bit of deciphering what the action is that's going on the field. I've gotten a lot of other questions too, like exactly how yellow cards and red cards work. Things like, why does the clock count up instead of down, things like that. I want to tackle all of that, and I've not forgotten. I'll get to it very soon. Also, there is an official American Soccer Quick Kicks Facebook page. You can go like that. I will certainly post all my YouTube videos to that Facebook page, as well as sharing stuff from Major League Soccer and the U.S. national team and the Open Cup and things like that. If you watch that Facebook page, I'll try to keep you informed with the major stuff. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I've seen the count go way up, and it does nothing but encourage me, and I love to see it. So if you will just check out Cincinnati and Seattle this weekend, definitely watch CCL Leg 2 next week. Watch some soccer with me, and I'll talk to you next time.